Hey girls! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to extend your nails with dip powder without using nail tips. For this one right here, we're going to be doing the normal method but with a colored dip powder. For this one, we're going to be doing a lazy extension method. This one is great if you change your mind about the length of your nail. You're going to need the dip base, the activator, a colored dip powder, and also a clear or natural. You're going to need some paper nail forms and a hand file. For the first method, we're going to be doing the basic colored extension method. I'm going to start by taking the nail form and rolling it between my fingers to get a slight curve in the form. This step is optional, but I recommend that you do it. Then I'm going to place the nail form underneath my nail, making sure that the corners of my nail are flush against the nail form. Then once it's in place, then I'm going to stick it together by squeezing the end of the nail form. I'm making sure that the nail form is straight, and then I'm going to stick the end together with the little sticky tab from the center of the form. Then I'm going to take dip base and apply it to the nail form as to how long I want this nail to be. You do want to put base on the free edge of your nail just a little bit in order for this dip powder to stick. But right now, we're focusing on building out the length of the nail. Then I'm going to immediately pour over some clear dip powder. You can use the color that you're planning to put on top for the entire process, but if you're planning to change out your color when you do your fill, you're going to have to completely redo these nails. It is very important when doing this method to make sure you don't have any gaps on the side of your nail. So definitely look at all angles to make sure you're not missing any gaps between your nail and the dip powder extension. This can cause them to break easily. If you look at the nail from the side, you'll see a ledge going from your natural nail down to the dip powder extension. This is okay because we're going to be adding some more layers of dip powder. Take your dip base and apply some more to the free edge of your nail. What we're doing is we're filling in the ledge that you've seen in the previous clip, and we're also building more strength and structure within the nail. You can repeat this as many times as you feel like you need, but I'm trying to do very minimal layers to see what you can use to get by with. Now I'm just applying activator to fully harden these layers of dip powder. The nail form will be ready to be removed when it sounds like this. Then I'm going to squeeze the sides of the paper nail form to release it from the extension. You want to be very gentle when doing this step because the dip powder is not fully attached to your natural nail. Once the nail form is off, it's going to look something like this. Kind of crazy, but it's okay. You still may have a little bit of a ledge, and this is okay because we're about to file it, but I'm going to go ahead and add one more layer to even out the nail. Also make sure each layer is fully dry before you go and add another one. Here I'm just adding activator to the last layer of clear dip powder, and I'm also going to add it to the back of the nail. I'm going kind of crazy with the activator, but it helps it to fully dry. Then to reduce some time filing, I'm just going to clip away some of the excess dip powder into the shape that I'm going for. This step is optional, but it's very helpful in reducing the time. Then after making sure the nail is fully dry, I'm going to take a hand file and I'm going to shape the edges of my nail. You still want to file very gently because the dip powder is not yet fully attached to your nail. And then after I shape the edges of my nail, I still see the ledge, obviously because I haven't filed over it yet, so I'm going to take the hand file and gently smooth over that ledge. And that's it! Now you can apply whatever colored dip powder you would like to apply. This method is great because it's very customizable to your nail. You're not sitting here trying to fit your nail into some pre-made nail tips or do anything crazy like using coffee filters or tea bags to extend your nail. And another great thing about this method is they last a very long time. After doing my first tutorial of this method, I then went and did my Halloween nails on top of this, and when I went to take them off, I had no chips, no cracking, no lifting, and they lasted me 3.5, almost 4 weeks. If I wouldn't have taken those nails off, they probably would have lasted another 1 to 2 weeks. Which then takes me to the removal process. You remove them just as you would any other dip powder extension. You clip down the length and then you soak your nails in some acetone. It may take a little bit longer than usual though because of how many layers of dip powder that you have to put on for the strength of this nail. But yeah, that basically concludes this whole section on how to do colored dip powder extension method. If you found this part of the tutorial helpful, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below of what you think of this method, or if you try this out, make sure to post it and tag me in your post so I can see how it turns out for you. So stick around and we're about to do the second method of this tutorial. So on to the part 2, this is the lazy extension method. If you have a short nail that you've already applied dip powder to, but then you change your mind and you want long nails, so this part of the video is for you. You're gonna start by filing down a tiny bit off of the dip powder nails that you already have. Then I'm gonna take a paper nail form and place it underneath the nail just as you would the first method. We're gonna be doing the same steps and apply dip base to the paper nail form and make sure that it touches the free edge of your nail. And then once you apply the dip base where you want it, then you're gonna immediately pour over the color of your choice. One thing I forgot to mention is when you're doing this method, you wanna be sure not to wiggle the form around, as this will cause the dip powder not to stick in the right places. So make sure your nail form is being very still and you're being gentle when doing this process. I'm gonna be doing 3 layers of dip powder to build out the tip of the nail. How many layers that you need to do greatly depends how many layers you did on the dip powder nails to start with and how much you filed off before doing this step. You wanna try to get the thickness of the tip of the nail to be very similar to the base of your nail. Once you have all of the layers, you're going to apply activator and remove the nail form. Then you're going to file and shape the edges of your nail and also over the surface. Once you smooth over the surface of your nail and blend the tip to the base of your nail, then you're going to add 1 layer of dip powder over the entire nail. You definitely don't want to skip this step as it's what attaches the tip of the nail that you just created to the base of your nail. If you feel like you need more strength within the nail and they're not too thick, you can add 2 layers of dip powder over the entire nail. But even if you do only 1 full layer of dip powder, you shouldn't have any breaks. With this method, you do have a higher chance of having your nail break. However, when I tested out this method, I had no breaks and the nails lasted me over 2 weeks. Let me know what you guys think about this method down in the comments. And of course, if you try it out, don't forget to tag me in your post. If you found anything helpful, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe because I post new nail art videos every week. See you guys in the next video. Bye!